Hello everyone, welcome to this video about the amazing solo that Django played on the Rome recordings of his own composition Djangology. And it's the first video in a series of videos that will be the theme for this month on my YouTube channel. It's Djangology Month, and I'm gonna make a bunch of videos dealing with that song. We're gonna start with learning Django's solo note for note. Then we're gonna learn a solo by Birelli, and then probably a solo by Angelo De Bar. Then I'm gonna make a video comparing the solos, taking the best ideas from each solo so we can learn some cool licks. Maybe I'll make a video looking at the functions of the chords, how the chords move and what kind of ideas you could play over these chords. So let's start with Django's amazing solo after this intro. In this video we're going to take a look at the first chorus, and then I will make a separate video with the second chorus, the final chorus. And that video will be exclusively for my patrons at the $10 tier. So if you want to see that video, take a look at my Patreon. And if you want to download the tabs that you see in the screen, it's already available for my patrons at the $5 tier. Let's start with taking a look at the first phrase. Here it is slow and then a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. So here are my tips for this phrase. The first thing you should focus on is that B on the high E string. That triplet on beat 4. It's nice if you can play all the notes, but it's not so important. It's more important that you hit that B. 1, 2, 3. Then that triplet on beat 4, I play down, hammer on, up. That's how I always play triplets in Django solos or in Gypsy Jazz in general. Down, hammer on, up. Even if I have to play 2 downstrokes in a row, and that will come up later in this solo. I chose to play that triplet on the D string. But you could also go down, for instance like this. You go down the neck and then you play it on a higher string set. But to me on recording it sounds like Django is playing most of the solo between the 7th and the 12th fret, so that's why I chose to stay there. But if you like the sound more of this, then by all means change what I'm doing. It's not set in stone, and I'm not trying to copy Django's fingerings or even on which strings he plays things. Sometimes I do, but in general I'm just looking for something that I like, and I like to play it like this. Let's take a look at the second phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. One, two, three, four, 1. It starts with a triplet. Again, down, hammer on, up. There's a slide there, important. Again, down, hammer on, up. It's always important if you play solos by Django to make a big difference between the 8th notes and the quarter notes. So I'm trying to really swing those 8th notes, D, B, D, B, D, B, D, and play the quarter notes very much on the beat. Ta, T, T. I don't want to be floaty, even though Django sometimes is floaty in his timing on purpose. When I practice a solo like this, I'm trying to be very precise with the 8th notes and quarter notes, and once I've got it sounding swinging, then I can take more liberties. But in the beginning, I'm really trying to be very exact. So 3, 4, 1. Quarter notes. 8th notes. Swinging to the up. You can do down, down. Or you can do up, down. Quarter notes. And then it ends with this loosey phrase. Typical Django ending. Let's take a look at the third phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. starts the same way as the first phrase with the triplet, but now it starts on beat 1, 3, 4. So notice that on the C minor chord he's still on an E, which looks strange on paper, but in fact in the music it sounds okay. The line is very strong and it's just for a short moment. I like it even better than if it would be an E flat. That sounds weird, I'm just used probably to that E. Again, the triplet. So I'm going up on the neck to play that shape here, the D flat shape. But of course you could also do like that. But to my ears it sounds like Django is playing it right here. You can put a nice vibrato on that D flat. Let's go to the next phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Here we have our first example of 2 downstrokes to get the triplets picking like the way I want it. In the last bar we get C, A and the triplet, so it's 3 downstrokes. So the way to do it is to focus on that G of the triplet, the first G, and make that A before it very light, so that you have the accent on the first note of the triplet. It takes some practice. Of course, if you are an alternate picker, you could also play it up on the A. I'm pretty sure that Django is not doing that though. But it sounds fine too. I'm just used to playing the double downstrokes. Also sounds a little bit more like the way Django is doing, at least to my ears, but you know, I might be wrong. There's also this pull-off in the first bar. I also hear that on the recording. I'm not too concerned with doing it exactly like Django, but in this case I felt like it added something to the sound. Something swinging. Focus on the swinging 8th notes. D, B, D, B, D, 4, 1. Let's go to the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think what he plays here in the bridge is an iconic moment. I've heard it quoted many times during jam sessions. It's just an A flat triad. And then ending on that C by going down. Let's say he wouldn't have played at F, just... It's boring, right? That F makes it sound very melodic. Same thing, just a A major triad. But now ending on the 6. That same 6 he was playing on the A flat, but as a passing note. Now ending on the 6. Very beautiful, very melodic, typical Django. I'd say it's a stroke of genius. It's not something that many people would come up with, but at least we can quote it. I really like to play exact quarter triplets, even though Django might not be playing quarter triplets. Again, I like to be very precise with the rhythms I play when I study a song like this. So I play 3, 4, 2, ga, gu, ga. That's a quarter triplet. 8th notes. And again. Let's go to the next phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So this phrase, you got to pay attention to the second part. This is not a triplet. These are just grace notes. So focus on playing the C on the beat and the A on the beat. Play it without the grace notes. Should sound like that. And now add the grace notes. It's very easy to get lost in the grace notes and mess up the rhythm of this phrase. There's a quarter triplet again, with a slide and a vibrato. And then I do a pull-off. I think Django's doing that, but you could also just pick it. Doesn't really matter. Let's go to the final phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. One, two, three, four, one. It's an A minor arpeggio. Normally I would play it with the shape like this. Let's say I play a complete A minor arpeggio. I like to have the shape and I like to keep my fingers down. But because of the previous phrase ending with my finger here on the G, for some reason when I jump to that shape, I often miss the notes. Not now, but often I do. So I notice that when I just play 2, 1, 2, it's easier. Take care of the rhythms in bar 26, 27 to play that D on the 4 end of bar 26, 3, 4, and then that A sharp is a quarter note, 3, 4. It's easy to get confused there, I do it sometimes. So the whole phrase, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4. So that's the first complete chorus. Now if you practice this first with a metronome, phrase by phrase. That's the way I did it. A click on every beat, then a click on 1 and 3, and then a click on beat 2 and 4, and then finally a click on only beat 2 and only on beat 4. I have a metronome system. I will link a video about that in the description. Then start playing it with a backing track. The backing track I'm using is on my other channel. There's a link in the description. Put the backing track first on half speed. It doesn't sound that great if you put it on half speed, but at least it's manageable. And then slowly work your way up to full speed. Always pay attention to hitting every note clean and on precise timing. Those are the most two important things. And then after that, you can take care of accents, phrasing, and vibrato. But first, you want to have the notes clean and the timing swinging. If you want to learn the second chorus, take a look at my Patreon. If you want to download the tab, also take a look at my Patreon. I will be back soon with a solo by Birelli, and it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be fun. Bye!